Let me go to that. I don't know what is the deal with my microphone, so I always have this backup one. So there we go. Let me see if it's. Let me go to that. I don't know what. Yeah. So there we have it. All righty. So what I'm here to do is to give you a behind the scenes look at what I'm going to talk about and share with the people who upgraded to VIP from the challenge and people who I created a link. So if you didn't want to upgrade to VIP because you already have my planner or you already have some other stuff, I created a link to where you can go ahead and purchase or join today's workshop without upgrading to um, VIP. So I'm going to give you a little background in what I'm going to go over today. Now, this is a blueprint. What we've been talking about is how to get that last push from your students um, right before testing. And I'm at that point as well. So I'm going to give you and show you my process of how I get that last push. So I've gotten some data, and you must have data on your students. If you don't have any data, it is very hard to devise a strategy. That's what I do know. It's difficult to devise a strategy because the test that the kids take is based on data. So when I look for the state of Texas, and I'm not sure if every state does this. Um, Let me move myself out of the way. I'm not sure if every state does this. So for us, um, in eighth grade, numerical representations with it, which is um, number and operations, get smaller because the curriculum assumes that the students are proficient. Keyword assumes. So we don't have that many questions in the number and operations field. We have one readiness and three supporting from this area. So what that looks like, let me go here and pull the eighth grade math resource up. So if you're saying, well, that means nothing, and it doesn't, well, if you go to lead forward and you're in the state of Texas, um, you can find that this readiness standard matches with, because it's not real numbers and relationships, that's 8.2. It matches with this STAR blueprint. So it's all of these things that 8.2, order, real set, like stuff that they've been doing in the lower grades before they get to high school. Now, if you look at your blueprint, so if you're trying to devise a plan, what happens is, um, let me go here. The computation and algebraic reasoning becomes very important. Why am I pushing that? Very. So if you look here, it says number of questions, 15 to 17, and geometry and measurement is 14 to 16. This is the bulk of our assessment. And you're probably saying, well, that doesn't mean anything to me, but it does here. If you look here, it is proportional and non-proportional reasoning, equations and inequalities, geometry and measurement is Pythagorean theorem, translations, and you're probably saying, oh, well, I taught that in 5th grade. Yeah, but this is now they're taking what they were supposed to know in 5th grade and put it on a coordinate plane. So I'm going to be talking about using my data to give you a way to look and think through your data to come up with a plan for your bands that you have, or our reporting categories, whatever you want to call them. Now, data analysis and personal financial literacy is 5 to 7 questions. So this blueprint is important. That's why the data, it's important that you have data for your actual students, because you can't look at this and not know where your students are underperforming at. And to devise a plan, all your kids are not going to pass. So it's a numbers game. And even with us, this is new. So we used to have straight multiple choice. That is no longer the case. We have 1 point multiple choice questions. Then we have these 2 point questions, which are true false questions where they have to do multi-select. So even our scale score has changed when it comes to multi-select questions. It is definitely different. Definitely different. So this is what I'm going to be discussing today, and hopefully giving you all an idea of how to take your kids on this home stretch, so at the end of the day you can have a party. Yes. So you can party. What I'm saying about party is don't beat yourself up about who didn't pass, who passed. All you can do is give it your best shot. Some kids are going to grow. Celebrate that growth. Give yourself a pat on the back. But at the same time, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's what I was told. But you have to plan for what you're going to do. At least you can say, okay, I had a plan, either it worked or it didn't work. I'm going to share with you before I get off this live stream is that I plan and strategically teach my content really differently than most. My kids came in at 33% passing. A lot of the kids did not passed the 7th grade STAR test. So what I did is those reporting categories that were large, I focused on those. So computations and algebraic reasoning and geometry and measurement, because my students needed to know that. Now, some like proportionality, the dilations that was in geometry, I left that to the end because the lift was too much, and I knew that I needed to move those other things out of the way. So that's one of the things that I did. And did the strategy work? Yes. Some of my classes I slowed down the pacing to give the kids a little, it basically quality versus quantity, to give them a little bit better understanding and more time that they need, something that we don't generally have. So if you have not, um, let me share my screen, purchase, you have 48 minutes, because what I'm going to do once this is done, once it's going to lock and you won't be able to register. So if you are looking to register and you have not, you need to go ahead and do so. As you can see, the clock is winding down. You have 48 minutes to actually register or upgrade to VIP so you can get the planner. Also, if you want and you can't make it, you can pay an extra $10 for the lifetime access to the training videos after we actually end. So if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, definitely leave that in the comment section. I'm going to drop link to workshop, and I'll see you all in the workshop. If not, I'll see you all on my next live stream. Bye-bye.